All right, door knocking and video doorbells. I mean, I remember when I first got into real estate.
It's true, though.
You knocked on the door, you rang a doorbell.
Yeah.
People had to answer the door or look through the peephole to figure out who's there. Now they can be in the Bahamas and figure out who's in front of their door. And we're finding as we do door knocking because of these video doorbells that less and less people are opening the door. But a lot of agents just assume that it's because of technology, because it is the video doorbells. Oftentimes, it's because they can see you. And the question is, what is it that they're seeing? And so we're going to talk about some strategies today.
Nice.
So first of all, position yourself before ringing it. So, well, this is really right after you ring it. But you want to be 5 to 8 feet away from that camera before before they gonna see you, because if you're close to that camera, you look larger than life and you look pretty big. You appear less threatening on camera if you're a little bit further away. The camera allows the person to see a full body view. The more of your body that they can see, the less threatening that they might appear, or you might appear. Homeowners will become more comfortable opening the door. But I would say this: don't carry around a clipboard. Don't wear your name tag. Don't wear your. And this is my opinion, because I right away, if I'm looking through mine and I see Arizona Solar, we're done. We're DUN.
That's not happening.
They shouldn't wear an Arizona Solar name badge if they're walking around about listings. But
well, that too. But I'm just saying. For me, I'm wanting to make it more comfortable. I want them to maybe think that I'm a neighbor as opposed to right off the bat, this is a sales call, because they're probably not going to answer the door. And then, hey, bring a baby or a puppy.
No.
Oh, my God.
Dude, you have a puppy? People will answer the door for a puppy.
Like you just learned, Todd doesn't know what number 2 and number 3 is yet. So going on the way I would normally stand, I'm going to pretend that you are now making a movie. And when you walk up to that front door, you're going to have, if they don't open the door, the moment you press that doorbell, video doorbells automatically start to record, sometimes on your entrance and sometimes after you press the button. But imagine that you might have 10 seconds, maybe 15, to give them an elevator pitch to that doorbell and then walk away. But again, that would kind of be the thing. So, and the new doorbells today, they're either, some of them now, I mean, they tell you right out, you can buy the close-up version, or you can now buy the full body version. And so, it's always good, because the full body version, to your point, Mike, they can't see your hands. You might have a knife or a gun or something, right? But safety first.
I do 100% agree with most of the points that you got on here. I think making sure that you're presentable, because you are going to be seen through that camera. If you're knocking on a door, you're going to be doing the same thing. So it should be the same context. You should make yourself look like you want to have a conversation and not like a scary person. Ringing a doorbell in 2026 makes people dive under the table thinking that they're about to be attacked. I'm not sure why that mentality exists, but it does. So you want to make sure that you can help with that concern as possible. I think name badge is fine. I think having a name tag on isn't a bad idea. It just gives you a little more credibility. I would agree with the clipboards, especially in my neighborhood. The people on the Facebook pages will start tracking those that have clipboards. We'll be able to watch. They went from one neighborhood to another, and people get really upset about that. But again, remembering what your goal here is. You've taken a listing. You have an open house coming up. You are simply trying to provide value to all the neighbors, letting them know, hey, there might be some cars on the street this weekend. I'd love to get you guys a firsthand look at this new listing, at this open house. So you're coming from a place of trying to provide value. You're not necessarily selling them on anything.
And I do believe there's comfort in actually having a name brand on your shirt. And I don't mean like, Nike. I'm talking about, like your West USA Realty. Sure. I mean, having it on the breast of your shirt. These kinds of things produce calmness. They let consumers know that they can somewhat identify that this person's outwardly sharing the fact. Now, they could have stolen the shirt too, don't get me wrong. But the fact is just that it's always better. If somebody comes up and they work for a company and they don't have a logo on their truck or on their shirt, there's your sign.
Sure.
I don't know, but I still think a puppy. Everybody, or during the summertime, look like you're overheated and you're about to pass out.
Well,
I had a high school. I had a high
streams.
May I have some more?
The goal is to talk to the neighbors, not to get them to try to save you.
All right. So do some training for camera presence. It's not enough just to be on camera. You don't want to look nervous. You want to have eye contact. I mean, before you ring the doorbell, make sure you know where the camera is. Maybe there's also an additional camera above on the front
it is in my
porch.
house. Yep.
Work on having a natural smile. Sometimes you can see people in front of these cameras. They just start pacing and they're nervous and they're not ready to go until they hear a voice. Well, be ready to go before that voice comes. So practice with your camera presence. And to your point, Todd, you need to have a 15-second introduction. You got about 10 to 15 seconds to create some interest and to have the possibility to engage them in a deeper conversation.
And I think a lot of times you might be able to say something in that 15-second pitch that makes them open the door or makes them engage on the other side versus just listening. But I do think that, it's kind of like the old-fashioned thing. You used to be told when you were prospecting and you were talking on the telephone, never leave a voicemail, just call them back. But the reality is that was wrong because realistically, what are the odds that somebody just truly wasn't available to answer the phone, answered the phone, and then all of a sudden said, oh my gosh, we were just thinking about selling a house. Let's call that guy. He's the only one that's called us. So, that there's always two sides to every coin. But I do believe in the fact that, you got to be prepared to leave a personal video doorbell message right then and there.
Well, yeah, I mean, for sure. If you're not leaving a voicemail or sending a text after, you're not going to call back in our current world. Right. I think sending a text is probably the way to do that. And then for this, I would assume that you're not going to get someone talking back to you. I would assume that you're ringing the doorbell, you're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to quickly explain why you're there. So being prepared for that is good. And then if you get interrupted, even better. Oh, so sorry. My name is Nick. I was just letting you know that we have an open house coming up on Saturday. I want to give you a heads up. We'll be doing a neighborhood exclusive from 11 to noon. We'd love to have you there. That's you're going to assume that's what's going to happen. And then if they do interrupt you, then that's a win.
All right. So you brought up phone calls, Todd. So just a little piece of little strategy here. I agree with you. It's definitely okay to leave a voicemail, but we follow the double tap strategy. So if I call and it goes to voicemail, I hang up. I wait 10 seconds and I call again. And then I leave a voicemail because
I hate
that's
that,
second.
Mike.
I know, but it's effective.
Statistically, is that working better than not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, we get people because people will be like, "Oh, this call might be important."
Yeah. Well, if I can get another client, it works.
All right. Keep video doorbell conversations extremely short. But to your point, Todd, make it interesting. Are you holding an open house?
That's a really good point.
Why are you knocking on doors? Typically, a lot of us do it to promote open houses. So keep the conversations extremely short. Quick greeting, the reason that you're stopping by, and I just ask a question if you are talking with them. I love this one. Hi, I'm Nick with North Pole Realty. I just listed your neighbor's house, and I'm updating the neighbors. Would you like to know more about its features and list price?
I like that.
And call me. Here's my number. Or if I'm talking with them, I have some information here about that. Because I've found, especially with open houses, people, if a house goes on the market, neighbors want to know how much it's listed for. They want to know what the inside looks like, and they want to know how their house compares to the inside of that other
There's
house.
so many value propositions or one-line hooks that that you could use that could promote a further conversation than just the stereotypical. If you go down the stereotypical road that every other real estate agent is going down, it is just not going to work. Mike, how many years have we been saying? People want to talk real estate. They just don't want to talk to a realtor.
Yeah. Well, a couple things
In
before
their
we
eye.
get to the elephant in the room. If you have a reason that you're knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell, the nerves should go away. You're truly there to have a quick conversation.
Yeah.
You need to keep it extremely short. You need to get in and get out as quickly as you can. I am happy that apparently I've been promoted from a South Pole elf to a North Pole elf. So I do appreciate that I'm now from North Pole Realty. So that's exciting. I'm not an angry.
I thought you were going to see the polar bear in the room, but you picked elephant, so
wow.
it kind
See,
of
this is
threw
the-
me
yeah.
off.
But yes, having the reason, having your script ready to rock and roll is very, very important. So having that practiced also is a good thing. I think this is something that we don't see a lot of people do. I'd be curious to see how agents start doing it and what the feedback would be.
And let other people know if you're actually leaving these messages at the doors, whatever it is you're saying that's working for you. That's nobody's going to steal your business. You're sharing with other people how to be successful. Nobody's going to take business away from you.
And I would say also you can leave things. Hey, I'm leaving this at the door. I just listed this house. Da 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 da. And we are having a neighborhood exclusive open house this Saturday from 10 to 12. Your personal invitation and laying it here on the door and so forth. I think with the combination of the two, because again, you're not going to get everybody to answer the door because not everybody's home.
And nobody uses their front door. They go in the garage, they close the garage, they go into their house. I mean, how often do people actually go out to see all the papers hanging out on their front door?
Yeah, so Mindy and I, we were out of town this week, and we had our little nephew who's 30 years old and 8'5" feed our dogs. And so he's walking out of our house, and this is how we found out that he's got a girlfriend through the video doorbell. So Mindy's just texting him, "Hey, Austin, what's going on?"